Hey, hey. Hey, it's your girl, elect Lady Lana from Blog Talk Radio. Coming to you live from YouTube. Hope you can hear me. This your girl from elect Lady Lana. Those of you who used to tune in and listen to me, I used to come on Blog Talk Radio, and now your girl is on YouTube. Look, before we get started, let's have a little prayer. I always like to invite and the Most High into everything I do. Abba in your holy name, I come to you this day, asking that you would bless every listener, everyone that's in need. I'm asking that you would bless the YouTube channel. I'm asking that you would bless all those who used to come and tune in with me on Blog Talk Radio. This your girl. And I'm thanking you for another day's journey. I'm thanking you, oh Abiyah, for this is a new day, a day I've never even seen before. I invite you and the holy angels in. Bless, break down yokes, spells, curses. Father, in your mighty name, I come before you that you would touch somebody, heal somebody, deliver somebody, and set the captives free. I'm coming to you, Israel, the lost tribe of Israel. I'm coming with truth mixed with lies. All right, brothers and sisters, every time when you come, please bring your pen, paper, and your history book. This one. Because we're going to break down a lot of myths, a lot of lies, a lot of things that was told to us that are not true. And Israel is hooked up in some things that they shouldn't be hooked up in. So, brothers and sisters, come on and go with me today. Thanking you who've been praying for me. I want to thank you. Those of you, I've been reading some of your scriptures, some of your little letters, some of your little invites. I've been reading them where you were saying, where you at, here I am, coming before you live. I want you to know I didn't forget you. I've been praying for you, and I'm here. All right. We coming, elect Lady Lana. Truth mixed with lies. I want you all to know that there are some things that you are going to have to study, do your research. When I give it to you, don't just take my word for it. I want you to look it up. Look up every word. A lot of things was taken out of this book. Of this book. Now, they don't tell us who the real name of the father your supreme being is. But I want you to know who his real name is. When you go, you all have your phone. I want you to go in there and put in who is I am that I am he. What is the real name? And when you put the real name in, it's going to be Ash, A-S-H, Asher, A-S-H-E-R, Ash, A-S-H, which means I am that I am he. And Asher means happiness. In his name, those of you who are the chosen, we supposed to be happy. All this sadness and death and killing, all this coming upon us, this is nothing but Satan. Remember now, we're going to go back to the beginning, which I love me some Bill Bellamy. He say, in the beginning, oh, I love me some Bill Bellamy. Because in the beginning was what? The Creator made everything in the beginning. But in the garden, he made man. He made man in his image. And you better believe that brother was fine. That brother was handsome. And I want you to know your deity, your supreme being, he's handsome. He's good looking. He's all of that. Fine, good looking, slim. Y'all can picture him any way you want to, but I'm not going to picture God as being old and ugly with long, dreadlock looking hair. No, you got to realize he got angels up there. And he got a group of angels that adore him, take care of him. Just like these movie stars who have folks coming in and taking care of them with their makeup, their hair. And so is Yahweh. We're going to have to find out what this problem is with this beeping. All right, brothers and sisters. In the beginning, God created man. You all know, those of you who have been reading, you know what his duties was to till the garden. Everything was in the garden. Every seed, every vegetable, every fruit. But during this particular time, they didn't have to eat the animals. I want y'all to know that. Animals didn't come in to eat them until after sin came in. I mean, we had everything. We could make us salads, cakes, pies. We could eat apples, oranges, peaches, plums, grapes, cherries. You name it, we could eat it. It was in the garden. The garden was loaded, plenty of everything. Now, you all got to remember, when Adam was in the garden, he was in that garden, tilling that garden all by himself. And he's looking at the animals because the animals, they had their mates. And he's looking at how these animals were interacting with one another. How they were making love, kissing, smooching on one another. And Adam didn't have that. So I'm pretty sure he was kind of sad. And you know the Most High looked down on his precious creation, his being, Adam. And he didn't want him to be alone. And that's like today, man is alone. Brothers and sisters are alone. They are by themselves. And he looked down on him. And what did he do, brothers and sisters? He put him to sleep. And in his sleep, what did he do? This word says he took a rib out. And when he took that rib out, what did he do? He made him a helpmate. Many of the brothers and sisters, during my show when I was on Blog Talk Radio, I used to always pray and ask God to give you all a helpmate. Now, a helpmate is something totally different from you all going out there choosing a mate. A spiritual mate is somebody that the Most High give you. And you and this mate, you all have the same being, spiritual being. You go through the same spiritual things. You can feel the pain in your spiritual being. And you don't have to really ask your spiritual being who is your soul mate. He or she could think a thought. And while you thinking this thought, your soulmate could be walking in through the door with your water, your juice, your food, or whatever you were thinking about. They already done picked it up and they walking in with it. So that's what happened with Adam. He got a soulmate. And a soulmate is a spiritual mate. Oh, yeah. So, God put him to sleep. Took out that rib and gave him a sister. A fine sister at that. And I want you to know, Adam himself was handsome. These brothers down here, I'm telling you, we got some fine, handsome, good-looking, some good-looking brothers down here. And some fine, good-looking sisters. And I don't know why our brothers would want to choose women outside of their race. There are 12 tribes of Israel. 12 of us. I'll get to that later because I'm going to read to you that many of Israel don't even know who they are. And that's what God is calling for, the sons and daughters of Israel. And that's who I'm targeting today. I'm targeting you, Israel. Come on, you got to Shema. Hear. Shema means hear in Hebrew. Hear, O Israel. You got to wake up. You've been asleep too long. Time is winding up. You all see everything that's going on in the world? All of this is designed by Satan, that fallen angel, to keep you confused, to keep you from worshiping the true and the living deity, Yahweh. Asher. I am that I am he. Yahuwah, Yahweh, Yair. He got many names, brothers and sisters, but they took his name out of the book to keep you from knowing his name. They put in there Hashem to say a God with no name. Yahweh got a name. He has a name, Yair, El Shaddai, El Elyon. Come on now. Shema, Yahweh, Eloheinu, Yahweh, El Kud. That means hear, O Israel. The Lord our Yah is one, and we must love him how? With our whole heart, soul, mind, body, and strength. I want to say when you all come, please bring pencil, paper, and your history book. We supposed to have a Torah. I bought that Torah, and that Torah is so messed up. It it don't have anything that relates to the true Hebrew Israelites. There are 12 tribes of us. I want you to know Yahweh loves you, Israel. We have been redeemed. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We've been redeemed. Your 400 years of slavery. Your 400 years of all of the things that's been done to you. Your curses is over. And I'm going to be reading to you where you redeem. I'm going to be reading to you where you are the sons and daughters of Yahweh. I'm going to be reading to you things that they don't teach you in these churches. They don't teach you this. The only thing they teaching now is prosperity. But they not teaching you about the Creator. We, brothers and sisters, we are under an oath, a covenant, and a law. And we supposed to be keeping the Sabbath day, which is sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. And your Constantine, excuse me, Constantine, he changed it from sundown Friday to sundown Saturday to Sunday. And you all do everything on his Sabbath day, which is sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. And you do everything which is supposed to be Sunday. Y'all doing everything on that day. This is a day that's supposed to be set aside for us to relax and worship the Most High, brothers and sisters. I want you to know Yahweh loves you. He loves you, Israel. Yahweh loves you, and I'm going to prove it to you. Today, I want you to know that in that garden, everything took place. As Bill Bellamy would say, in the beginning, he made Adam and Eve. And they were supposed to love each other, but you got to realize they were virgins in that garden. And virgins don't know anything about sex, making love, and cuddling and cradling and getting up next to each other. And a man and a wife, or a man and a woman, when they first get together, I want you to know you are supposed to wait. You are supposed to get the chance to know each other before you become intimate. And spiritually, when a brother enter into a woman, you all don't know that you are already married. You already have entered into a covenant agreement, but it's spiritual. But then by law, man-made law, you got to go get it done according to the word and the law of the land, which is you got to go get paper. You got to put everything on paper to say, this is my spouse, whether it be man or wife, or man or woman. You all have to put everything in writing to say that you all are legally married. You're legally married the day that he enters into you. So imagine a man having more than one wife, and you're supposed to be his main lady or his main woman, and he's cheating on you with all these other women. And whatever he's doing to them, you got to remember he's doing it to you too. That's how all these diseases and germs and viruses is coming up, because they're being spread from one sexual act to another sexual act. But if you and this man are put together by God, y'all don't have to worry about cheating on each other because of the love, the spiritual entity that's in both of you all. Because when a man comes into a woman and he put his seed or his spirit in you, you don't want to cheat on your husband. You don't want to cheat on your wife. You want to love. And it's a great thing to feel a certain kind of feeling when you really love somebody. Everybody gonna feel it. Everybody gonna know it. They're gonna see it on your face, on your countenance. They're gonna see it around you because you're gonna glow. You're gonna be so happy. Everything that God does, He does it well, and He does it good. For real, for real. So Adam and Eve in the garden, they don't really truly know each other at this time. He just watching his wife and she watching her husband, and she just walking around the garden. So guess what? Yahweh tells the angels to go down and worship his image. But he told Satan first. Satan's name at the time was Lucifer. And Lucifer was the chief garden, the chief musician in heaven. That means all this music and stuff that you are playing down here and you worshiping and serving Satan, because you're not serving Yahweh. God never told you you had to come through another man to get to him. You got to go to the Father because he said in his word, I'm a jealous God. And besides me, there is no other God. So if there is no other God, why, brothers and sisters, are you all praising, preaching, teaching, running around, lifting up another God, another deity, when I can show you where it says another deity is not supposed to cross your lips? And that's why I say you all got to study. You got to do your research. You got to look up things. You got to look up a word within a word, and don't think that you know what that word is, because some of these words have more than one meaning. And you got to look it up. So the problem came when God made Adam in his image. I want you to know he a fine man, good looking man, handsome, more handsome than Lucifer. And that's where the jealousy came in, brothers and sisters. Because God made this man in his image. And everything that was in God that was good, he put it in Adam. And Satan got jealous. Satan would go and look in the mirror and see how fine he does. Ugh. Do y'all see what he did? He lifted himself up. He put himself up and above. Jealousy. So when God told him to go down and worship the image, he said he should be worshiping me, because he was created first. And he didn't bow down and worship the image. And he caused 1/3 of heaven to fall right along with him. And while in the garden, guess who he tricked first? See, y'all always want to put stuff on the woman. But it really wasn't a woman. It It was Satan. You got to look at the evil spirit. Because in the garden, Adam and Eve, they were just good. They didn't know nothing about no evil. They only knew good. Why you think God told them not to touch the tree of good and evil? He didn't want them to know anything about evil when they only knew about good. They were precious in our Elohim sight. They didn't know nothing about evil. Y'all see the evil that's going on in the world today? All this is because of Lucifer. That's what his name was in the beginning. He did everything to Eve. Look, I had to find out what that humming is. So right now, you all bear with me. I'm still in the beginning. This is new to me. And we got to find out how to get that humming up out of here so everything could be perfect. So this is my first screaming, my first viewing. And I'm so grateful. You all just don't know. Your sister is so touched that the Most High would look down on me, little bitty me, and bless me. From a radio station to being live on TV. All praises and honor to my Elohim, my Yahweh. Y'all don't know how I've been praising and worshiping and thanking him. You don't know all the things that Yahweh has done for little old me. Not just me, but for you too. But as your eyes become open, I want your eyes to come open. You got some conscious brothers and sisters out there, and you got some who are babies who are coming into being conscious, and you got some who are conscious, but they still calling on that Mexican name, Jesus Christ. Jesus is Spanish for George. And if you take the J off and put the Z on there, take off one of the S's, you have Zeus. Okay, I want you all to write this down. These are books that I want you all to get because we're going to be studying and reading out of these books. This says the New American Bible. This is a Catholic Bible that has some of our missing books. The Catholic Book Publishing Company. St. Joseph, medium-sized edition. I want you all to buy this. I'm going to constantly be showing you this so that you all can purchase this. So when I come out of this book, because there's some things in here that's not in this King James Bible that I want you all to be in tune with and listen to. Then I want you all, please, if you can. I bought these way back in 2005 or something like that. They were not that expensive, but I don't know. Maybe you can get a paperback, but I got a hardback. These books right here is going to tell you what happened in that Bible. This is the Old Testament pseudepigrapha. And pseudepigrapha means false writing. So this is volume 1. And you need to get volume 2. because they're going to tell you what happened in that garden between that demon with Eve, everything he did to her, and he's going to tell you what Adam did in repenting to Yahweh. All right? So I want you all to do some studying. As I begin to give you scriptures, I need you all to go study, pray, and those of you who could fast, I need you to ask the Most High to open up your spiritual eyes, your spiritual ears, and give you a voice. I ran across a man, he was so confused. He don't know what to read. He don't know who to worship. And I told him, if he give me an opportunity, I would help him. I really would. Because these are spiritual things. This is spiritual. Everything about Yahweh has been spiritual, but it's been taken away from us. So in that garden, we got to go back. In the beginning, Satan didn't want to worship Adam. Matter of fact, because he was finer than him. And this is where the jealousy come in at, brothers and sisters. Because you all are handsome. You all are intelligent. And many of you, you're not using your intelligent being. You're not using what God gave you. I have to generalize because some of you all are. I'm telling you, some of these brothers are on the ball. They are cooking with gas. And I'm telling you, God is blessing them, blowing them up. They going higher and higher. They doing things. So in that garden, because he wanted to be disobedient to the Most High, he got a hold to Eve. Well, you know, in the beginning, I was young once. You know what the brothers do. They whisper in your ear, kiss in your ear, talk to you. They got to melt you first. They got to get you in the heart. They got to get you where you could like them. So what do brothers do? They start taking you places, walking you places, taking you to the park, taking you to the beach, buying you things, rubbing on you, making you feel special, making you feel like you're their girl. Mm-hmm. So he had to break her down because she wasn't no quick snatch. No, you gotta realize she's a virgin. She didn't know anything. And she got a husband already in the garden, but you gotta remember her husband had not touched her yet. And this is what the Most High was waiting on, for Adam to consummate with his wife. And you got to realize most virgins don't know what to do. Come on, brothers and sisters. They don't know what to do with that organ if nobody have taught them that they're supposed to insert it into each other. And this is what the Most High was waiting for. I had a book. I don't know what happened to it, but I had a book where the Most High was asking Adam, what's taking you so long? Nobody is showing this man how to consummate, how to make love to Eve. Nobody is telling him or showing him. There was no schools back then. See, y'all got schools now that tells you all how to do everything. Tell you how to make love, how to make oral sex, tell you how to do everything. But they didn't have that back then. So, who do you think Satan attacked first? He said, did God tell you not to eat off this tree? Did he tell you that this tree would make one to be wise? I'm going to read all that to you right now. I'm just talking to you. But I'm going to break everything down that I'm saying to you. Because we got brothers and sisters out there, babies out there that are going in a wrong direction. And I want to grab you, pull you back in, and steer you into the right direction. Because right now you're going in the wrong direction. I had a dream. I was getting on the train. But the train was going in the wrong direction. And there was somebody over across the track. And they was looking at me and they said, Miss, you know where you're going? I said, yeah. And when I looked down there, it was dark. And when I looked down this way, I saw the sun. It was bright. And I heard a spiritual being say, you don't want to be on this train. Brothers and sisters, I want you to know, I ran off that platform. I ran down the stairs and ran up to the other platform. The train was coming. And I want you to know your sister made it on that train. And I was headed in the right direction. I was headed in the direction where the sun was. And as the train was moving, it was so many people on that train. And as the train began to move in the right direction, I woke up. So that's what I'm saying. Many of us are going in the wrong direction. We're praising the wrong deity. And we got to wake up, open up our eyes, and start praising and worshiping the right deity. And that's Yahweh. We are spiritual beings. We are Israel. We are Hebrew Israelites. We are not Ashkenazi Jews, which they call Israelis. We're not Israelis, brothers and sisters. We are Israel, the true Israelites. And you all don't have to make up no nation or peoples or no land and call it Israel. We got an Israel over there and they hid it. See, I'm going to tell you all a lot and I need you all to go and do, if you can, and look it up. I went on YouTube, I look up the map. If you all go in the beginning and look up the map, how the maps were born, how they were created, how they were made. And you will see Israel over there. It's a little bitty small nation. And it's a country over there. It's in Africa. And there are a lot of Hebrew Israelites over there still wearing their garments. And they're still keeping the laws. They're still keeping the traditions. And they're doing what the Most High tells them to do. Number one, they are praying for the return of their brothers and sisters. We have a land. We have a culture. This is not our land. But if anybody been listening to one of Bob Marley's records that's speaks about Exodus. And if anybody been listening or watching some of these movies about this false or fake Moses, which these things probably did happen at that time, but that's the wrong Moses. But we got to look at the content of the movie of what's going to happen. We got Pharaoh in office now, and he not the main Pharaoh. He the beginning of the Pharaoh. He the baby Pharaoh. Because some stuff is getting ready to break out that Yahweh going to make every one of you all fall to your knees and ask for forgiveness and beg him. Yeah. To accept you back. Because right now, you all are out of order. Every one of you are out of order. I know what I'm talking about because I was out of order. Because I was worshiping in these churches for over 20 years. And the same nonsense. I'm going to say crap. The same nonsense is in. I done been to so many churches. I get tired of one church, listen to the nonsense, go to another church, same nonsense, go to another church, same nonsense, go to another church, same nonsense. One day, I just said, Abba Yah, I'm so sick of this. I'm sick of this nonsense. I said, all I want is the truth. The truth about you, who I am supposed to be worshiping and praising. Then one day I laid down and I had a dream. And in this dream, he said, I'm going to teach you. No man will teach you. Woo. Brothers and sisters, I've been on so many spiritual experiences. I'm going to share some of them with you because some of you all probably done went through some of the spiritual experiences that I've been through. And Yahweh take you up out of this body and take you into a spiritual realm, a spiritual place. And he began to deal with you. But I didn't really know about him and find out about him until I had my radio show. I met a brother named Nasi Kamul. And while I was on my show, he said, sister, because I was still calling on George. That Spanish name who you all call Jesus. That name is George. That's Spanish for George. And he said, sister, if you would let me, I would like to show you something. He said, I don't want you to give your number out. He said, take my number and you call me when the show is over. Have your history book ready. He said, I want to walk you through some things. I want you to know this brother and I think we stayed on for maybe about 2 hours. And he walked me through. I was ready. I was open. And he began to teach me, show me, open up my eyes. I'm not talking about these eyes. I'm talking about the spiritual eyes. Because many of you all are asleep. You listen to these leaders. You listen to everything they tell you. But they not getting deep in the word. They not studying the way they should be studying. I'm not just coming before you as a sister. I am ordained. I am anointed. I am anointed, brothers and sisters. And I am also a licensed, ordained pastor. So I got credentials and I can teach you if you let me. And I promise you, if you let me, and if you follow the examples that I'm going to be giving you, and you go and do your own research and let Yahweh use you, I promise you, these will come open when you will know how to really truly read this, because this is in old English, and this don't really have nothing to do with us, because it's in English, the English writing. We are Hebrew Israelites, and the Hebrew that we speak now, it's not really Hebrew, it's Yiddish. They made it up. If you all would go to YouTube and put in how did they make Yiddish, and they will show you how they made Yiddish. They are hiding our true language. I keep telling you, brothers and sisters, we are a special being. We are special people. We are chosen people. And they took that and hid that and broke Israel down to keep you from learning about your true deity, and that's Yahweh. Okay, now let's go back in the beginning where Satan did everything. He finally, got to remember now, it takes brothers, back then in my day and time, it took a brother a long time to get a sister to where he wanted her to be. I'm talking about in a loving way, because most of these brothers, they were slick, they were smooth, and they knew how to entice and get a sister to know how to love them. I'm telling you, these brothers now, some of them, because we have to generalize, because you got some brothers out there, I'm telling you. Woo! I ain't too long came out the hospital, and I'm telling you, it's some doctors up in there. Oh, they smooth. Oh, my God. But, brothers and sisters, we are under law. And the law is we are to uphold our brothers and sisters. And we are not supposed to take another woman's man. And we are not supposed to take another man's woman. It is against the law. Thou shalt not commit adultery. And if you're not supposed to commit adultery, guess what? You're not supposed to commit fornication either. Y'all gonna have to forgive me with my language, with my English, because I'm telling you, some things might come out, might not sound the way it should. So, I want you to know that some things I try to be down to earth with you all, which I want to be, because we have different levels of people in the world today. But I want you to know Satan got in there. He enticed Eve. He did everything to her. And he finally got her to do what? Touch that tree. Because God said the day that you touch that tree, you're going to die. But the death is two types of death. The first death was the spiritual death. You got to remember now, we were spiritual beings in that garden. We didn't have on this fleshly body. We were spirits. Spirits can go anywhere. We could travel. We could just think of a place and we there. We weren't supposed to die. We supposed to live forever. And the day she touched that tree, his spirit that, and went back to God. And then after that, Satan knew he had him. Because whatever he did to her, she taking it back to her husband. Because you got to remember, her husband hadn't touched her yet. She's now no longer a virgin because of what Satan, Lucifer, has done to her. And now she's finna go and introduce him to what Lucifer had introduced to her. But he should have said, wait a minute, baby. Where you learn all this from? Where you getting this from? And he should have consulted with the supreme being, which was Yahweh. He should have talked to Yahweh first, but because his wife was so beautiful, and whatever Satan had taught her how to be enticing and seductive, that's what she was to her husband. Because I'm pretty sure it didn't take him as long as it did Satan to get to Eve. You got to remember, this woman was fine, enticing, good looking. And all she had to do was start kissing on her husband. She probably kissed on him where, he was tingling all over. He probably was feeling things he never felt before. Come on now. If you're a virgin and somebody start kissing you, and what you do, the first thing you do, you push them away. And then when they come again, and it start feeling and tingling and start feeling good and all of that. And remember, they're the only two in the garden. So he let his wife do whatever she wanted to do. But you all got to remember now, God made Adam first. Adam should have been doing that to Eve. We have to reverse the role. But Satan did it to her first. Then she took and did it to her husband. And that's where the sin came in. Because she touched the tree, which was a forbidden tree. And they lied to you all and said it was an apple. They lied. It was not no apple. It was a fig tree. Because when they wrapped themselves with a fig leaf. Go in and read it. And it's also, when you all buy this book, is in here. What leaf they wrapped around them and what fruit they ate. Certain books I want you all to please purchase and buy. These are not the only books that I want you all to buy that we're going to be studying out of. To those of you who were tuning in to me when I was on Blog Talk Radio, I sincerely appreciate you. I sincerely appreciate you coming on, being a part of the show. And I hope that you all hear me and start coming back, tuning in with me, chatting with me, and knowing that we have to pray ye for one another. And I want to give shout out to Israel, the real true Israel. There are 12 tribes of Israel, which I'm going to be reading the tribes out to you. I want you all to know how the 12 tribes of Israel came about. I'm going to be bringing that up. I want you all to come into consciousness, knowing that Yahweh loves you, Israel. And the time is going to wind up. They're not teaching you all this, But they not showing you all the Exodus. We leaving up out of here. And that is not going to happen. It's truly going to happen. And I'm going to read it to you out of these books, certain verses, because you all got to prepare yourself. But in doing that, you got to keep the law. They lied and told you that the law wasn't real. The law was done away with. They lied to us. The law have not been done away with. And JC is not his firstborn son. So they ate off that fig tree. The Spirit of God left them. And then what happened? Sin came into their garden. Now, we took on this flesh body. And this flesh body has all kind of sin in it, sickness in it, illness in it, pains in it. And all this is because Satan would not bow down and worship the image of God. All because he got jealous. Because he up there in heaven thinking he all fine and handsome, looking in a mirror, adoring himself. But God made somebody handsome into him. God made Adam to look like him, look like God in his image. So you know God ain't going to make no ugly person. He's going to make a man that image him, that look like him. And God is fine. He handsome. Adam was walking in the garden, talking and walking and touching God. But because of sin, we no longer could see him, but we can feel him because he is a spiritual being. Whew. If you all get an opportunity, I'm going to give you all one. Okay, run with me right quick to Exodus 4:22. All right. Wait, I got to get my glasses. Y'all bear with me. I'm not going to go that far. Okay. All right, Exodus 4:22. Now, mind you now, we got a baby Pharaoh in office right now. He's not the real one, but he the image of one that's coming. It says, and thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus says Yahweh, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. Come on, brothers and sisters, help me understand. This God, Yahweh, Elohim, the supreme being, he's telling you who his son is. It's you, Israel. even my firstborn son. Now I need you all put in your mind, if Israel is his firstborn son, why would he need two? Why would he need another one? Why would he need another one? And I'm going to break it down to you too, where it says somebody died for you. I'm going to show you where no man can die for another man's sins. This is a personal walk with God. You got to do this on your own, baby. I'm going to read it again. Write it down so you all will know when you need it, you can always go back to get it. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, Pharaohs are kings, queens, presidents, dictators, those who have rule over you. And Pharaoh was an Egyptian, like a king. Thus says Yahweh, Israel is my firstborn son. Y'all should be clapping, jumping up and down, because I'm telling you, when I came into this knowledge, I was so happy. I was so thrilled to know that that character in the back, that gospel, they took your 76 books out and threw that gospel in there, and then Hollywood took and made all these movies, because we are visual people. We are visual aid people. We like seeing things. So they made these movies because it become what? Sensitive and feeling, and you put your heart into it, and you say, this is God's son. You're a liar. He is not God's son. You are Israel. There are 12 tribes of Israel, but God has a special one of you tribes. All right, I need you all to go with me right quick to Jeremiah, 9th chapter. We're going to have this beefing cleared up by tomorrow. Go to the 9th chapter. Wait a minute. I think it's 31 in there. Yeah. Okay, it's 31 in there. Go with me to Jeremiah. And those of you who said it in English is Jeremiah. 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 31 and 9. Now, I'm going to read it the way they have it written in this book. Then I'm going to go back and reread it in the way it should be written. Be wrote. Whew. I'm going to reread it the way it should be read. Okay? Y'all bear with me. This is my first segment. So I got to get used to this, because I'm very happy. I'm excited. I'm excited to see me. And I'm doing the will of the Most High. So you all should be clapping, and you all should be praying for me, because the enemy is out there. And the enemy might try to twist my words. And I need you all to pray for me. Pray much for me. And those of you who could get a prayer food. And those of you who know how to fast, I need you all to lift me up. Because I'm coming on behalf of the Most High. I'm not coming in behalf of myself. I am doing the will of the Most High. Okay, this is how it reads in this book. It reads, they shall come with weeping and with supplication will I lead them. I will cause them to walk by the rivers of water in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble, for I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim in my is my firstborn. Now let me go back and reread it. It's going to make a little more sense. Israel shall come with weeping and with supplications. Will I, Yahweh, lead Israel? I will cause Israel to walk by the rivers of water in a straight way, wherein Israel shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, to you, Israel. You got to understand your heavenly Father is telling you, you his child, you his son, you his daughter. And Ephraim is another name for Israel. I want y'all to look at that word Ephraim. Ephraim. Look it up, and you're going to see it's another name for Israel. Israel, which is Ephraim, is my firstborn. Right here, he's telling you twice. You, Israel, is the Most High Son, sons and daughters. I want you all to know that. So, if you're the son of a deity that has everything, can give you everything, and you know God, he tests you. You all got to pass these tests. Because I'm telling you, in the beginning, before I came into this knowledge, I wasn't passing tests. But now, I'm passing tests because I try to be obedient. I try to be obedient to the word. And then I try to be obedient to Yahweh. I mean, we don't keep everything because we weren't raised up in it and we weren't taught in it. But the most things he wants you to keep, I'm telling you, is that Passover and eating. Oh, what is it called? Let me go in and read it. 12th chapter of Exodus. Because you all got to keep this Passover. And those of you, let me tell you, brothers, if you are not circumcised, I'm going to break that down to you too. I don't care how old you are. You better go get circumcised because you won't be able to make it into the kingdom if you are not circumcised. They tell you in that gospel that circumcision is of the heart. They lied about that. Then they tell you that one of the disciples went to sleep. A sheep came down and they saw animals' feet up under there and the spirit said, do not call that which I made, do not call it common. We are under a dietary law, and it tells you certain foods you can and cannot eat. All of this, brothers and sisters, I'm going to be revealing this to you because our eyes have been closed The spiritual man in us is thirsty, is hungry, is wanting knowledge, is wanting truth, is tired of these lies. Aren't you tired of lies, brothers and sisters? You ought to be tired of going to these places where they make you feel good with the singing, with the false prophets. Some of these prophecies, they do come to pass because Satan does know a little bit about you. But you want the truth. You want the full truth. You want what Yahweh has for you. And I'm telling you, if you worship him, if you praise him, if you give that back which belongs to Satan, and come on home to Yahweh, your Elohim. And I'm telling you, his real name is Asher. If you go to the documentary of Moses, they're going to tell you what his name is. Everything I'm telling you all can listen to it on your telephone. You can ask your telephone any kind of question. See, back then we had to go to encyclopedias. I had to go to university dictionaries. I had to do a lot of studying. Yahweh would wake me up around 1 and 2 and 3 in the morning. He would give me scriptures to read. These things are going to happen to you if you're sincere. If you're serious about wanting to know the truth will set you free. And you're going to find out why some of these pastors in the end time days that the congregation is going to kill them because they didn't tell them the truth. They lied. And now it's all about, but what? The money. Don't you see it? Everybody looking at it. Yes, Satan bless his too. Because he want to be a God. You see what he did to Job? He told God, if you take that hedge from around him, I'll make him curse you to your face. Job ended up losing everything. But what did God do? Because he was faithful, he gave it all back. Gave him everything back and he became rich. He had more than what he had in the beginning. I want you all to know that. Yep. So, now that you know, it's matzah bread. When you're going through, I think Passover is in April, and we got to do a sable dish or a sable chase, a sable plate, and we got to eat matzah for 8 days. And eating matzah, that means there is no cakes, no pies, no cookies, no bread, nothing with any yeast in it. Everything has to be done with matzah because Israel had to hurry up, get ready to leave up out of Egypt. We're living in a modern day Egypt right now, brothers and sisters, whether you all know it or not. So when the time comes when we get ready to book up out of here again, I want you all to know we're going to book up out of here with great substance. We're not leaving on the bottom of the boat this time. We're leaving on the top of the boat. On cruise liners, jets, cargo ships, and cargo planes. Everything that they took from us, they're going to have to get that back from gold, silver, the finest of material. We're not even wearing the best of the material. All this fake, false, liquid material. And we're supposed to be wearing nothing but the best, but they done took all of that. It's getting where nobody wears it but the rich and famous. So I want you all to know, I enjoyed you all today. But I want you all to know, tomorrow, I'll be coming on at 3, from 3 to 4. I'm trying to keep the same hours from 3 to 4 each day. Because I want you all to know Yahweh loves you. I'm just a messenger. I'm a messenger. And I'm trying to bring you all truth. Because they're not teaching truth. Some are. You do have some. I have to generalize. Because you do have some brothers out there. And some sisters. Who are down. Who are down. Who are down. Who are down for the struggle. Who are down. I'm telling you. Yahweh is looking for us to raise up, to be a family, to come together. Satan has divided us in more ways than one. All this evil, jealousy, hate, and the love of money. You know, man, I don't listen to money. It's a money thing now. Everything is a money thing. And it never should have been. When we was in our land, we were rich. How was we rich? With animals. We had maids, servants. We had gold, silver, jewelry. Our brothers used to make our jewelry for us. The sisters would design what they wanted to wear, and the brothers would go and design it and make it for them. I want you to know we are intelligent people. We got brothers who are doctors, lawyers, chemists, firemen, policemen. We have come a mighty long way. And you got to remember, Sam Cooke says, a change is going to come. And the change is here now. But you all got to start preparing yourself for what's going to come in the near future. Because Yahweh done already told us. He coming back for us. I'm going to reveal everything, all this to you. And I'm going to reveal to you about Emmanuel. Emmanuel ain't no Jesus. Emmanuel was the son of the prophet and the prophetess. He was a sign for Ahab to win the war. And I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to have you to read it. I want you to do your research. Brothers and sisters, please do your research. Don't go by what people say. If you research it, you would know the truth. And once you start coming into truth, all of that nonsense that was in you, it's going to start leaving. It's going to start pouring out of you. It's going to start leaving. And then the goodness of Yahweh, the grace of Yahweh, the love of Yahweh, the spirit of Yahweh is going to start pouring in you. Yeah, you still going to be a human being. You still going to be able to make mistakes. But the thing about it is, you're not going to want to make the mistakes you were making back then. Because you wanna never upset or have him. When I say him, I'm talking about Yahweh, your Elohim, your God. You don't ever want him to be mad at you. You want to always give him the praise. You want to lift him up. And you want him to know that you love him. All right, brothers and sisters. I want you to know that I'll be back tomorrow at 3. I'm saying 3 to 4, but it look like I'm on now at 1. I'm staying to 120 something. I didn't mean to stay that long. I only wanted to be on for an hour. But I'm telling you, when God begins to use you, when I say God, I mean Elohim, Yahweh. He blesses you. He keeps you. He heals you. I don't care what you're going through down here. You got to remember, we're not going to be here forever. And in keeping his will, and he see your heart, and he know that you love him, and you're doing everything you can to lift him up. You don't have to worry about a thing. Remember, these angels, everything you do, they sign it in a book. Right now, all of this, what I'm doing right now, is being put in a book. Let me say a little prayer before I get up. I want you all to know your sister love to pray. I love to pray. So sometimes my prayers might be long, but I can't help it. Yahweh uses me sometime in prayer. You all might get healed through the prayer. Some of you might get delivered through the prayer. You don't know. It's good to pray. It breaks yokes, spells, curses, and it washes away your sins, baby. I'm so happy. I'm so pleased because God has done miraculous things with me. I asked for a miracle, which I'm going to share that because mine is something similar to Jamie Foxx. And I want that brother Jamie Foxx to know, you ain't in this by yourself, brother. I just want him to come out of the dark side into the light side, and I want his eyes to come open to truth. Some of those actors know the truth, but they got to keep it hid. They do, if they want to keep a job. All right, brothers and sisters, turn with me. Shema, Yahweh, Eloheinu, Yahweh, El-Kud. That means hero Israel. The Lord our Yah is one. We must love him with our whole heart, soul, mind, body, and strength. Father, I come before you this day to say, please bless this show. Bless those who are tuning in and listening. Bless your family. Bless Israel. And bless those who are not. I come before you to ask that you would bless the holy Melachim, which are the angels. Bless Mother Earth in your holy name. Bless the water we drink, the air we breathe, the food we eat. Abba, in your mighty name, those who are desiring spouses, give them in your holy name. The ones who you desire for them to have. Their soulmates. Please, Abba, bless Israel with their soulmates. And then I cry out to you this day. There is no other God but Israel. There is no other God but you. Because you said it in your word. You are a jealous God. And besides you, there is no other God. We're not even supposed to let another deity name cross our lips. So I come before you, Yahweh, to ask that you would bless the listeners, bless those who tune in, bless your sons and daughters whose eyes are starting to come open, and bless those who want the truth and nothing but the truth. So, Father, I ask that you would word my mouth, word the knowledge that you give me to give to them, so that their eyes and ears will come open. I come before you this day, Abba Yah, to say, Toda Roba to Yah, Toda Roba Abba Yah, Toda Roba Abba Yah. I want to thank you for everything you do, everything you're getting ready to do. I want to thank you, Abba Yah, for hearing and answering prayer, breaking yokes, spells, and curses, and delivering your sons and daughters out of darkness. I want to say thank you. Thank you for everything you do for me. Thank you for my blessings, for my miracles, for my healing. Thank you for the doctors, all the first responders. I will bless them. Bless them in a special way, from the top of their head to the soles of their feet. Bless, bless, bless every one of them. And I want to thank you for all of my doctors. I want to thank you for every one of them. In your mighty name, let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. To Yahweh be the glory, brothers and sisters. And remember, you have a God that has a name. It's Asher, Ash. I am that I am. I am He. And He tells you that all the time. This is your miracle, God. This is Yahweh. Brothers and sisters, until we meet again, you all have a very blessed and a wonderful evening. And know for a fact, even though you're going through some things, I'm telling you, I be going through too. But I still got to know that Yahweh love me. And He going to bring me out. So to you, brothers and sisters, yes, He does. He loves you. And He watching over you. He even got the holy angels, the holy Melachim, watching over you, protecting you, day in, day out, morning, noon, and night. So to you, Yahweh be the glory. To you, Yahweh be the glory. Thank you so much for tuning in, for listening. And when you come, bring somebody. Bring somebody. Don't forget the old Sue Pittifer. Volume 1 and 2. And the New American Bible. This is a Catholic Bible, which some of the books that's supposed to have been lost are in here. And when I tell you to go to YouTube, you're going to find a lot of things that's been hidden from you. You got brothers and sisters that went to the land and they went to the real Israel. And the real Israel over there is loaded with a lot of brothers and sisters. A lot of Israel. And they speak the original Israel language. And we have a flag A real Israelite flag. All right, brothers and sisters. I want to say thank you so much. Please, when you come back to visit, bring somebody else back with you. I'm elect Lady Lana from Blog Talk Radio. Tune in. And I'm telling you, when you come with an open up heart. Come with ears to hear. Come with eyes to see. Come to rejoice. And when you rejoicing to give Satan back everything that belongs to him. And you welcome the spirit, the true spirit of the Most High. All right, brothers and sisters, until we meet again, may you be blessed. May Yahweh bless you from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. I want to say I love you. And thank you so much for keeping me up in your prayers. In your prayers. Until we meet again. Tomorrow, be blessed. Thank you so much. God loves you. I'm always say God loves you because he do. You wouldn't be here if he didn't love you. God loves you and he got a purpose for your life. Shalom, shalom.